Hello and welcome back to Cinema Snacks. We actually finished something we started on this podcast channel, which is very rare because we need to get back to talking about the MCU films one day. But we're actually going to finish off talking about season 2 of X-Men 97. On my right, I have
Emma, the Wonder Horse.
She's a friend and a whole lot more. So,
Whose friend?
Someone's.
Oh, okay, you say so. Let's go!
I'm just going to say something that has nothing to do with the plot in the episode because I actually wrote it down because I'm that sad. So the previously on X-Men to this was 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Plus the intro is a minute.
The intro went on for 12 hours, actually.
So 10% of this episode is just a recap and the opening credits.
Yes.
Which is a weird fault when it's only about 30 minutes and 3 minutes. So I was like, okay, we need to remind everyone of everything that's happened on and off in the past 2 seasons.
It felt very like, hey guys, I know you've not been paying attention. Get off your phones a second. We're just going to tell you everything you should have watched. And now you're ready to go. Let's go.
It was interesting because the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants
got subbed out the opening
for the X Factor X Force crossover. But into the final episode, I'm not sure if we're going to have loads to say or little because the episode kind of just skims along. It kind of obviously at the start, kind of lays out what it's going to do.
Are we? Let's just confirm something. Was this episode okay? That's pretty much it. It's okay.
Yeah,
it was an okay end. It was okay.
The best part of this episode is the end credits part, where it kind of teases these. Oh, you can have a bit of fun with this idea.
Yeah, I guess so.
So. From an X-Men thing, it's the fun of said character. But we will talk about them when we get there. I'm just reading my notes for the recap. There we go. So they use the X-sub to go to the bottom of the ocean, to go to Apocalypse's ship from the first episode, which is now at the bottom of the water, which I'm assuming if I was to rewatch all the X-Men, the animated series, would explain why it's at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some reason, but whatever it is. I got a question. Is it just me? Or is Beast unusually attracted towards this ship? Does he want to fuck the ship in its exhaust?
Or
is
the ship unusually attractive to Beast?
Oh, do you also want to shag the ship?
No.
Okay, I'm just saying, the way he talks about it, it's like a tone of voice. It's disconcerting.
Well, maybe just likes its speaking voice. That's not one of the sole reasons you're with me, right?
Yeah, true.
This is wonderful, dulcet tone.
Yeah, it's great when I can't sleep. And I go, hey, Danny, tell me about your GameCube collection.
Hey, Dan, tell me about the X-Men story outside of Claremont's.
Yeah.
That normally takes about 3.5 minutes. We have the team who've gone down to the ocean is Rogue, Nightcrawler, and Beast.
Yes.
Beast is plot important, still wearing his neckerchief.
Yes.
His fashion statement is stuck. I approve.
He just that's the most plot important thing he does in the episode, I believe, is wear a neckerchief.
And at one point go, oh my.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's like the two things, if you're not going to get oh my stars and garters.
He says that.
Yeah, but you also just want a kind of sincere.
Oh, okay.
Oh my.
You get to know my stars and garters because they make a thing of it.
Oh, that is a great line.
There you go. Yeah.
So they go to Apocalypse's ship to try to get whatever the MacGuffin is that is required to beat Apocalypse.
Yeah.
So they go to the altar of where he got his power, which sucks in Rogue, who's trying to get to it and he's already starting to injure her. She goes in and she speaks to a Celestial, which I couldn't remember the name of,
and
about
she's
6
like,
episodes ago.
Oh, there's a big giant creature and it's like going close to hurting me. I'm going to try and punch it.
I was half expecting, like, when they're doing the deal, it's like 1 life for 1 life. I was half expecting seeing like an animated Matthew McConaughey from Interstellar come in and say, like, the 4th dimension you need to beat him is love.
Yeah. It's a little corny. That's where he's like, oh, life has never come from life, or some sort of weird celestial thing about how they just want everyone to die, really. And then she's like, but you've not met Remy LeBar. And at this point, I'm wondering if they really wish he had a less stupid name. Stupid's mean silly name.
But they do a cutaway before we get to the big reveal. We kind of see, as I've wrote in my note, what did we call Karen Cooper? But apparently she has a completely different name. Apparently it's Val Cooper. It just doesn't seem right after calling them like Karen, Helen.
She's definitely Karen.
Yeah.
She's very Karen-ish in this one as well.
So she kind of like shows she's learnt nothing from feeling safe and Magnetic the season before. He's like, no, the only way to get to Remy and end this apocalypse thing is to fight the mutants, showing we know nothing about trying to get along side by side. Admittedly, Charles has gone a bit maniacal, evil-looking tower in matching outfits.
Yeah, that's a choice. That's a choice. But he's not doing anything evil right now. And it's just all a little bit like... We'll get to it later, actually.
But you know you've gone real bad when you're like, what could we use to fight the X-Men? What robot-like thing?
You want, like, this point. So, yeah, her doing it, fine. You know, she's a bit of a morally ambiguous character who just seems like a not very nice lady.
This is when they should have used, like, their one swear. You should have just had, like, Scott Summers, probably the best one for it, just look at and go, what the...
But, like, surely Havoc or someone should be having, like, the, like, David Mitchell sketch, you know, are we the baddies moment when the Sentinels are coming out.
You can tell the animators had a bit of fun with, like, the big battle.
Yeah.
Because you've got, everyone's doing the thing. I think one of the first ones we see is they're going to break down the MP field. And then your favourite kind of battle meetups is, I think the first one we see is Scott, Jean, and Cable.
Yeah, Cable's toys are still thoroughly outside the pram from the last episode where he didn't get to kill Apocalypse. No. So he's all like, I'm going to kill him and I'm going to do it because I got prophecy and stuff. And I'm still going to, they're still going to continue calling him son. I haven't called my actual child of a son that's not older than me son that many times in my life. Stop doing it, Scott. It's creepy.
And I think Cable's really tempted at one point because he's fighting them both at the same time to try to get to Apocalypse. And he manages to get Cyclops' visor. And you know, for a sec, he's like, I could just scrunch this thing up and then he'd have to keep his eyes shut. And like maybe that'd preoccupy him. But he changes his mind. I was like, it would have been really good if he would like cracked it.
Yeah.
So for like the rest of the episode, Scott's walking around with his eyes shut. And it just goes full Ron Burgundy. He's like, oh, thank God I found you, like. I accidentally ate a load of poker chips because I got hungry on the way. When you notice the taste, I'm blind! And then we've got Jubilee being hunted down by Havoc in the plane. But my favourite moment of all the fighties is when Morph and Wolverine are fighting Psylocke. Who's the other one in that fight?
The weird chunky guy.
Oh, Strongman.
Strongman.
And she does like a psychic blast.
I think Archangel's there as well.
Yeah, he's hanging about.
He's around.
But she does like the psychic blast through Wolverine's brain where it should like dump out and he's like, hey babe, this thing's already scrambled enough. Yeah. I was like 10 out of 10.
That's pretty funny.
Fully approve of that. But then we cut back to, and the note I kind of put bang in the middle is Rogue comes out after being bestowed the power to beat Apocalypse. And I was like, most 90s outfit I've ever seen.
Yeah. Sparkly. Less of X-Men from the 90s. More Gem.
Gem and the Holograms.
That's it. Gem and the Holograms looking from the 90s. With associated music.
But I love as well, like, she's going out, she's like, I'm going to go save her, and just kind of flies off. And Beast's like, oh, she's going to do it. And Kurt's like, but at what price?
Yeah.
So remember that for when you get later on in the episode.
Exactly. And now you're like, okay, so she's going to go and we're going to kick off. And then she's gone for like 10 minutes, it feels like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like, well, we know Rogue is coming and is super duper powered Rogue right now. But we're just going to wait around for a bit and everyone's going to keep fighting.
Yeah, because Cable's now got past Mum and Dad and he's then getting to the last line of defence, which is Polaris and Bishop.
Yeah.
They're kind of defending Gambit as he's recovering from having Apocalypse inside him. Time for a crude joke. And anyone who's had Apocalypse inside him, looking at the size of Apocalypse, would need a lot of recovery time.
Mm-hmm.
But you got, who's it from X Factor? You got Multiple Man. Yeah, Multiple Man. You've got Oh, the one who looks like a werewolf, and I can't remember
You
her
got
name.
the one that looks like a werewolf, the one that's all like, eh, eh.
See, she's got a name, but in my head it's female Banshee.
That's fair, yeah.
It's like the hair colour and everything. And they're kind of fighting, and just when you think they're done, Gambit appears to help Polaris and Bishop. So just when the tide is turning again, we then see Cable. And to be fair, Charles comes out and he's like, Cable, enough.
Yeah.
I have not been in this episode enough. Give me my screen time.
I'm going to appear and not do anything.
Well, yeah.
Can't I take over his brain or
Oh my
something?
God, like,
Isn't that my power?
The X-Men fan in me is like, shut him down.
I was like, is there some reason he cut like Cable is immune to it or something? But I'm guessing from your face, no, that's not a reason.
You mean like you'd assume there's be some kind of thing with Jean? He's had a lot of time, but he doesn't even try.
Yeah.
And I kudos to him, because you think, this is going to go a long battle. Just outright he shoots Gambit.
But why did he think that would work? I just don't get where he thought, you know what will work? Just shooting him in the head.
Well, it's kind of like as cliche as it sounds, it's very basic thinking. If Apocalypse is inside Gambit and uses Gambit as his vessel,
yeah,
then if you kill Gambit, Apocalypse has nowhere to go. It's the basic.
But Gambit's already kind of dead. Oh, we skipped over something that really miffed me, and I want to go back to it. Sorry, I know we're in the middle of something, but can we go back to when like Rogue is like going up to the Celestial? I was getting there eventually. Celestial dude with the 8 eyes or whatever, and like it pulls out the amulet thing and squishes it. So what was the whole point narratively of the amulet thing?
I mean, I can only loosely think that they would imply that helped Rogue get into Gambit's psyche in the previous one. That is just me reaching.
I have no idea
for the
what
most
it did.
Tenuous thing I could find.
I thought that was just the power of love, and also because she has like she touched him and she's got like superpowers based on touch.
Yeah.
I thought it was simple as that. But like, I felt like the amulet was set up as like it's going to do, this is going to be important, and then he just swishes it and it's done. It's like, I seemed like a lot of effort for nothing. Anyway, sorry, we go back to where we were.
And now fast forward back to that. So yeah, he shoots him and he's like, mission completed, it had to be done. And then Apocalypse is like the cocky guy in the group who's like, here's my plan all along.
Yeah.
This is always going to happen. Like, I know that like his voice and it is more booming and more leering over the top of you, but it should have just been the ultimate smug. He's like, look at me, I'm a really big Gambit.
And then it's like, wow, says the narrative and the light and then the music.
And it kind of...
And I'm laughing out loud because he looks effing ridiculous.
But you like me, like, kind of pivoted. It would have made sense for Apocalypse to be speaking to Cable and telling him about all his worst fears, but it's suddenly like he turns around and he's like, Charles!
Yeah, he's very focused on Charles. Yeah. It's really weird.
He's like,
I was like, I don't think they really knew each other that well. Like, he seemed to enjoy killing Magneto in front of him. I feel like Magneto was the one he had more of a weird relationship with.
Yeah.
I feel like Charles was like, they had a little moment, I guess, but it wasn't that big.
And he's kind of implying, he's like, your dream's over, because he does like this blast. And I think I wrote in my notes, I was like, are these the Apocalypse men? Or like just the Apoc men? Like, what would the name of this be?
They're kind of walking like zombies as well. So it's not like they're like, they're now like with the horsemen people. So
yeah.
It's not like them where they're like interesting and cool, like with it. They're just sort of waddling over, like, oh.
And then they suddenly cut back to Rogue has suddenly appeared, only just beating the amount of time it took Kurt and Beast.
Yeah, she must have just stayed
to get back.
Because you thought she was going to, like, instant transmission over and she'd be like, boop. And then we're going to continue the plot there. But, like, having this gap just felt really awkward because you know she's going to show up and save the day. So you're just waiting for it.
I don't blame her for doing this. She's in the most 90s attire. She proper just saunters through. She's like, everyone look at her, Shania.
Yeah, it's like,
everyone look.
Sparkly. I've got Kev.
Apocalypse is like, oh no, she seems to have the MacGuffin power, the one thing that can stop me.
Yeah, pretty much. She just whacks hold of him. I'm trying to remember how she actually does it.
She kind of whacks him and kind of separates Apocalypse and Gambit. Whereas Gambit was going to die again. But I quite like Gambit as a character, so I like the fact they just ignored he got shot in the head. He's like, no, he's fine.
Yeah, he's back. He's all good. That doesn't matter because it was silly Really, when you think about it. Also, the matter he died before the first time.
I'm still quite happy though. As soon as he was in bed, I think I said it in the previous one. Sappi wasn't like, I need to gambit up him in the new X-Men garb. He's like, no, my friend, I'm quite happy in my attire.
Yep. It's like because he keeps changing outfits.
Yeah.
Like magically, so at this point, but then they get their smooch on.
Yeah, they have a smooch before she loses the celestial power, and we see that Apocalypse is now basically a stone. And they, for some reason, best known to himself, give it the Cable. He's like, you've been after this all this time.
There you go. Ooh.
I don't know, he's going to become plot relevant later. I would like him just take it away and wear it as like a massive ring.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what she was thinking there, but also I think she was just like, I don't know what to do with this.
And now
there you go.
We're going to do what they did in this episode where she's like, oh, there's a price to pay. And then I think Beast is like, yes. And then it cuts back to Kurt now floating in the ether. He's like, I will take her place, an eye for an eye. And you can tell somewhere, because it's like really eloquent speech about like how, and I called it at the start, it all links back. It's like, they're going to flourish, they're going to do this, and blah, blah. And the Celestial's like, how do you know? I was like, just say the line. It's like, because I have faith.
Yeah, it is coming from quite a while away.
And I just imagine Charles's myth somewhere. It's like, someone's used my speech. That could have been my screen time.
Oh, probably.
And they kind of fade out. You're not sure if you're now into the future and you're seeing how like they've adapted again, or if this is Nightcrawler's dream.
I very much interpreted that this is what Nightcrawler's thinking will happen in the future.
Yeah.
If he's dead. But I really wanted then. I feel like Beast was a bit of a dick in this situation, because he should have then gone in and been like, no, I'll change my life, and it just keeps going for all the characters, and the Celestial just gets pissed off.
And he's like, no more trading.
I give up.
Seal in the door.
You'll stay alive. It's all goodbye. See you later. That would be the way to do it.
And from memory, I'm going to check my notes. I'm pretty sure that is how it ends. Until the 1 or 2, 30 seconds into the credits tease, where we see Val, what's his name? Creed is now the president.
Yes.
And
that's what it was. I was trying to remember what
Val's watching it on the news. And she says something, the door opens and she sees herself. And then we know it certainly ain't Morph.
Which is also before that reading the thing about Mystique.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, oh, it's Mystique.
We're like, are they going to tease that Mystique's going to be a big part? And there's like, we're not just going to tease, surprise!
Yep.
But, and yes, that's how it ends. That seems to be the tease for season 3. Do you have an overall thought about season 2?
It wasn't as good as season 1.
I think like season 2 started so strong.
Yeah, I agree.
Like episodes 1, 2 and 3 were strong. The Wolverine one where I go against the grain, I think was quite a fun episode.
I really liked the Wolverine one as well. I liked that it was a self-contained thing. Yeah. It like links, but it's self-contained really. And it was just a good old little horror episode, which is always a fun time. But the other hand, I kind of wish they hadn't done it, because they needed to do more. They needed some Apocalypse stuff in the 90s in this episode before he just like, well, actually before he was dead. Like in Remy, that kind of just feels like it happens a bit. Like to me, you can tell, and there's reasons we won't get into here. So the showrunner changed after season 1. That was part of the massive delay. There's a whole reason why it changed, and I think it pivoted too hard in this season from his original vision, and I think that shows, because the first 4 or 5 episodes are more like the first season. Yeah. And then they're like, it seems like they want to end the story so they can do their own story. That's probably it, yeah. So it's like, yeah, it started strong. To me, it tailed off near the end. It just seemed like, yeah, we're just going to wrap up the Apocalypse because we want to get to the next story. It feels like, yeah, the first season and it's the first half of this one feel happy to challenge the audience. Yeah. And to really do gut punches, but like Kurt wasn't a gut punch. It felt like it should have been, and I don't know if it's just the way they did it, but I didn't really feel anything on that. Well, I cried when Gambit died. I am not crying but they didn't show him die. I feel it's part of the issue. He's done it off screen.
I think, like, yeah, that was the thing with the first season. They had the core characters, and they added one or two, and they seemed very locked in developing their story.
Yeah.
With the idea of expanding out to one or two, where this seems like you had X Factor, X Force. Polaris is now like a new focus of it.
Yeah.
And
like, how much screen time in this episode did Havoc get? Who's not spoken barely throughout the whole show. He had a load of screen time with like the Jubilee bit.
Yeah.
And that's like, I don't know. I would like a character that's a bit more developed doing that in your finale episode of the season. It should be someone we care about and find interest in. Or those two have no dynamic. They have no relationship. They had like 2 minutes maybe when she was escaping the ship thing, but that's it.
It seemed like the second half of the season was more set up for season 3 while just winding up the apocalypse.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like you said, when Gambit got killed in season 1, it was a big thing and it was an act of love and everything.
That proper hits those episodes, but nothing hit as hard as that. The Magneto and dying, that hit, but again that was in the first.
And this is gonna sound a dangerous thing, and I'm probably gonna get told I'm wrong by if anyone actually listens to this. So the guy who showrun the first season and was involved in the early thing of season 2 was a gay guy. His first name was Bew. Okay. And he got let go for reasons that aren't entirely sure, but there's beliefs of it. The guy who took over it is Brad, I think it's Wordenham, who is like the one who does the live action series. And I think he's better suited to the live action, but maybe the core of a good X-Men thing is someone who's in a minority who gets
persecution. Because that's what the first season did really well, was it does question what is the right side. But it's like, remember that cartoon show from you were a kid and these were the bad guys and these were the goodies?
It's like X-Men 97 for grown-ups.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the first season was.
But you like me, like, the more it went on, the more it seemed to go away from being for grown-ups.
Yeah.
And just for anyone. Yeah.
I hope with season 3, it's more like season 1, and maybe this one was a transition between two different
hopefully
showrunners. But like, there was a lot of good in it for me at the start. It seemed to taper off.
Even like the ones at the end, like, they're still a good time. It's still like better than a lot of shows. But they
set such a high bar.
Yeah, it's still like better than a lot of stuff you could watch instead. I would say it's not bad by any means. It's just kind of disappointing from where it was.
Yeah. So we'll be back for season 3 next year.
When's season 3 happening? Do you know?
It's actually going to mimic the same time every year now.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be like the same amount of episodes over the same time. That's why the delay was so long between this one, because they changed the showrunner. Then they had to do how they was doing the episodes, but now they're like doing basically 2 season block recordings, so they're ahead again.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's good.
So yeah, that's so there will be more consistency with the release of it. So you'll be dragged back into that by the foot, whether you want to or not.
You think you'll still be doing this next year?
I think I will.
You think it won't be banned?
Unfortunately, no one in Russia will hear our amazing takes.
But Daniel, I think we've got an upcoming project that is so naughty and controversial.
Yes.
It might get you banned from everything. None of that's true. We're doing something, but it's nothing naughty or controversial or interesting. Really.
Yeah, our next main collab ongoing thing is probably going to start in November. So it gives me time to do lots of editing. But until then, she's been the Polaris of this team.
What, I show up and just sort of blow shit up?
No, you steal everyone's thunder.
And I go flirt with Bishop. Alright, bye!
Also, I've been Dan.
Oh, and there's something about Instagram, I believe.
Yes, so being the beast of this team, oh my stars and garters. We're on Instagram, we are on TikTok, where you can normally find me and Scott wandering around supermarkets. Job is our main social media guy, but search Cinema Snacks Pod.
You're doing TikToks where you go around supermarkets?
No. You will find the TikToks via Job.
Oh,
so you're most likely to see Job there. You'll most likely to see me and Scott just wandering around the supermarket.
Get it now. All right.
So until next time, goodbye.
Bye.